All right, we're getting ready to start a new lesson in Adobe Premiere. To start, you're going to do new project. You're going to go ahead and title the project video practice. Make sure you know where you're saving it. So it's in lessons, video production. So make sure you browse for the location. You're going to do your render quality as Mercury, time code, and auto sample settings, and hit OK. Okay, so this is the beginning of Premiere. As you see, it's broke down into 4 windows. You can adjust these windows like anything else depending on what you want to see. Up here's your project viewing, your timeline where you would drag your videos. This is where your media, and this is where you can edit your media. So the first thing you want to do is find your folder where all your files are. So you can browse in your media. I have under lessons, second year, video production, and green screen videos. So you'll see lots of videos in here. You're going to drag the first one of the green screen that looks like this. I think it's in.
Are you done?
Okay, so that's the beginning of the green screen. As you can see, there's a lot of extra in the beginning that needs to be trimmed. So when you size, you're going to start it like that. And then you're going to end the video with the out mark.
It's just all sad. I just wish there's something that could make me feel happy again.
Since he drops it, you want to make sure you get it right before he goes to catch. So we're still a little soon. I think that should be good, which can be adjusted later. You then want to take these marks and shrink it down to fit that. So is our edited video. So once you have it where you want it, you're just going to click and drag to your timeline. And as you see, the video will pop up. You have 3 video sections, 3 audio sections, and if there's audio that's associated with the video, it will pop underneath it. You can zoom in a little bit in on that, or zoom out if you have more to see. So, and this also tells you how many seconds we're at. We're at 14 seconds with it, which you can adjust as well. So hitting play over here, you see that's where we're at. We want to crop it so we can crop these lights and the side of the walls out. So to crop it, you're going to go find your effects. And you can type in crop. Should come up. There we go. So it's in your transform box, and you're just going to grab crop and bring it to your video. You go to effect controls, and you see it. This is all the data for this video and how you can edit it. So we grabbed crop and added it to it. So you see crop right here. You're going to click on left, and you're just going to see your little cursor come up, and you're going to move it to fit. We want to crop some of the top down to fit, and some of the right. The bottom is fine. Now you want to be careful not to crop too much, because if he moves at all, he's going to be cropped out. So that is pretty well stays. So if you want to play it,
I've been bored, life's short.
see he gets cropped out over there. So we need to make the right side a little bigger.
Oh, now.
Yeah, so he moves back and forth. So you should be good there. Now we're going to get rid of the green screen. The easiest way to do this is go to your tools, do a transparency grid so you can see the transparency instead of the black, because the black is an automatic thing that it does. So to do the green screen now, you're going to type in keying. Keying will get rid of your green screen. So under keying, you're going to hit the Alt key right here, drag it to there, and then again under your effect controls where everything pops up, you're going to go to your key color, hit your eyedropper tool, and start dropping that green. So now we see that it's not perfect because of all the shadows. So you're going to go through these settings and we're going to bump up the tolerance. So I'm going to take down the shadow a little bit, and that should have gotten rid of all that shadowing. So playing with those settings under keying, under the Alt key effect. So once you're done, you can hit that arrow to make things less confusing so it's not all popped up. We also notice that his volume is a little quiet, so you see his audio right here. To bump up his audio, you're going to mess with these dB levels. It can automatically go up to there. And as you can see,
I'm Nick Young.
He's a little louder.
The past few years, I've been really feeling myself lately.
So to play with the background, you go back to your media browser. You have this background of some rain, and you're going to go out a little bit more because you want it in between and behind Nick. So take this down and bring the sound up. So now the imagery and the sound is underneath. To extend the sound, you're going to right click, speed duration, and you want to put it down to 50, and it will make the clip a little longer, and then you can repeat it. You also can click on it and make it bigger to fill the screen, and it automatically distorts that way, and then you're going to bring him back up. So play it, you see it's a little loud, so we're going to click on that and go on the levels and bring it down negative. Too far, oh gosh, way too far. And probably -5 maybe, so you can still hear the rain.
I'm Nick Young, and the past few years,
not too bad.
I've been really...
All right, I went ahead and skipped ahead and did some other work. This is where we're at now with Nick talking. We have the rain going on in the background.
I'm Nick Young, and
I'll still want to quiet the rain again. So again, go to your effects panel. I have it at 5. I think it needs to be at 15, -15 quietness, so you can hear Nick a little bit better. So playing that now.
3 years, I've been really feeling myself lately.
You can you can still hear the rain, but he's a lot louder. So moving ahead, we took 2 clips where he's getting ready to catch the ball. So we're gonna go again, and I want to talk about file management because I'm going to give you this video. For this assignment, you just have to use the 4 videos, and that's it. You're going to cut the video, green screen. So, and you can use your own backgrounds. You can use mine or use your own. I don't care. But I need you to make sure you get all the right videos. So we're going to add the last video here of Nick. I think this was it.
I said the whole thing, you just...
So there's that video.
Yeah. Go.
And we need it to end where he's finishing up.
What, tell their parents? No. So yeah, I'm happy this is back in my life now. Thank you.
Oh, we didn't do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right there.
Thank you.
Okay, so then that's the end of it, and we're gonna put it right behind. Need that bigger. Okay, there we go. So make sure you don't overlap. I already had sound there, but then you can just move that down. So then you have this transition. And again, we need to cut it. So go to your effects library, put crop, add crop to that. Go to your effects controls and then start your crop. We're continuing with cropping. Nick, just throw the ball up on the end of this. No, he doesn't. Okay. So that should be a good crop. Now let's work on the green screen part. So again, for the green screen, you want to put keying in. Just search for it. It's just faster. And we're adding another alter key to it. And then go to your effects control panel, and you're going to zoom down until you see the alter key and your eyedropper. Eyedrop the color. That needs to be cut. And we still see a lot of shadowing, so let's, bump down the shadowing until it's gone. And you can also bump up the tolerance and the pistol. There we go. So now it looks like it's completely out of there, so just play with that and just scroll through everything. So it looks like he needs more of a background, and I'm just doing examples of backgrounds. This first background was a video. This next background is a repeat video. So how it repeats. So you could find a repeat video or do your own repeat video, and then you can hold down Option and drag and repeat it a bunch of times. Now, if you choose to do an image, for a video you can't drag out as long as you want. A video is a video. You can slow it down by doing the speed duration, and if the speed is over 100%, it's going to be faster. If it's below, it's going to be slower. So if I do that at 75, it will slow down that video, and you can make it longer, but then it's just going to be that much slower. If you just do an image here, you can drag an image out to the rest of it like that. So, but then you got to make the image fill the screen. So grab that image that's underneath it and just drag to fill. Obviously I did a tennis court. He's talking about tennis. And then you can drag Nick back up. So
it's just all sad. I just wish there was something that could make me feel happy.
So that transition isn't great.
I just wish there was something that could make me feel happy.
So he's getting cut off a little bit, so we're going to move that one out and move it till it fits.
I just wish there was something that could make me feel happy again.
So keep going with that.
Make me feel happy again.
So we want it to end where his hands are up. So work on that transition.
Make me feel happy again.
So see how his hands go up? So that should be a better transition.
All sad. I just wish there was something that could make me feel happy again.
So that transition isn't great still. Let's go out a little bit more. And you can zoom in so you can see that gap more. It might be a little easier.
Happy again.
So I feel like that's off a little bit.
I feel happy again.
So we want to end it where his hands are down right there. So then, because his
tennis ball.
What is over here? So there's a bit of a, so work on that, making that transition smooth. And one thing I need to go over too with you guys is working with transitions. Transitions help from one video to the next to make it look more fluid. So again, in your effects box, you're going to hit transitions, and you'll find them under video effects and video transitions. So video effects, video transitions. So there's a ton of options here. Say you want to do the barn doors wipe, gradient wipe. So you would just add it directly in between two videos. So as you watch, as the background transitions, it wipes.
And you can do almost anything with it. You got a
And
dog,
then it
you
looks
can throw
like
it,
it's
cash, you bring it back.
all that repeat.
You got a tennis racket, you can play a sport with it. Who would have thought?
So, and then you want to make sure there's no gaps. So then when you go through, you see there. All right. Another thing I want to have you do is zoom in on Nick, because he is kind of far. So he's talking here. We want there to be a zoom on Nick. So you're going to go to your control panel. You'll get into animation where there is points of animating, and you can do that too. If you go to the top of your effects panel, you'll see there's a video section where you do position and scale. You always want to start, this is what they call a stopwatch. You want a starting point at the beginning of where the scale should be, and then you want to move to the end where you would like the scale to end. So all you have to do is take your cursor over like so, and it will gradually zoom in. So to see it, see how he's small, and he will gradually
this is exactly what I've been wanting.
Be zoomed in.
It's bright, it's bouncy, and you can do almost anything with it. You got a dog, you can throw it, they cash it, bring it back. You got a tennis racket, you can play a sport with it. Who would have thought? You know, have an orphanage, chuck these at kids. They ain't gonna do nothing. What? Tell their parents? No. So yeah, I'm happy this is back in my life now. Thank you.
So he gradually zoomed in, and you hardly noticed it, but if you fast forwarded, see how he's smaller and smaller. So again, you're going to start at the beginning, and you're going to do position. You got to start the position, and then at the end, you want the position to be, maybe you want him, let's make sure he's selected. You want him to be down a little bit, maybe over. And then as you start to watch, as he gets bigger,
bouncy,
he's got to move.
And you can do almost anything with it. You got a dog, you can throw it, they cash it, bring it back. You got a tennis racket, you can play a sport with it. Who would have thought? You know, have an orphanage.
See, the movement is so slight, you don't even see it. So the last little clip that we want to put in here is of Nick throwing the ball, which is part of the same clip at the end here. So we want that where he's throwing it. So you want to start it with his hands right there. So you hit the start bracket, and you want it to end right there after he throws it, because we're going to have the dog catching it. And then you're going to bring it in like so. So then you can kind of see, so we need to cut that green screen again. So one more time, cutting that green screen. You're going to your effects. If you can't find it, hit those double arrows, effects. You're going to hit your crop image button. You're going to add a crop to that screen. You're going to go to your effects and controls, get that cropped. His hand goes up higher, so you want to make sure his hands stay in it so you can kind of see if it gets cut off. Not too bad. And then you want the right side to be cropped. There we go. And then you're going to find the keying thing again to cut the green screen. So hopefully you guys are getting the hang of this. It's very simple, and I think you guys will have a fun time doing this after you learn it. So again, we're getting rid of the green screen, selecting it. The shadowing needs to go down. There. And then, so it should be an easy transition, but then he goes small again. So, let's see how big. So we want to zoom in because he's so big here, kind of zoom in where he was at so it looks normal. So scroll up to your motion. You're going to add a start scale. And then when he's up here, actually you want your start scale to be right zoomed in here. And then you can, and then you want to make sure you start your position over as well. So it looks like he needs to be scaled up a little bit more. His position down a little bit. So that's pretty close. And then with the end of it, you maybe want to like eventually, like as the scale goes up or the position, you want him to, so you can see his hand, throw it. And then you can go into the dog graphic that catches the dog. And I already put a position point on the dog because this is actually my dog, and we zoomed in. If you see right here, I scaled in a little bit on him because there was someone else in the background. I want it out, and then I did a position point. Here's the ending position point, so it scales down and you can see the dog landing on the ground. So I pre-did that, and then you see him running off. As you see, since there is no cutout background, you don't see the background in there. And some tools I want to show you real quick as we're ending this. We're ending with Nick dancing. And we can put some music in there with that. So make sure you cut that, add some music, because you can pull it right here. So one thing I wanted to bring in is how to cut as well. These tools right here, if you go down, you can hit the track forward where it moves all those files. So if you have a ton of files that you want to move, it moves the whole files. So you can add something in there. You do a ripple effect where you select all that and then you delete it. Now the cut one's awesome because you can click and it cuts it right in half, so you don't have to do it up there, and you can still use it. So if I wanted to use that dancing, and then I wanted to right click, speed, and slow it way down, you could do that, and then it speeds up. So it's going to be slow. So if you watch it, and then it speeds up. And that's the end. So this is how I think I'm going to leave you with, is adding these videos together. We'll get into special effects later. Doing the 4 videos, make sure they're all cut. Mine's not cut, but you've seen it done several times. And cutting a video, slowing down a video, and that's going to be the assignment to turn in. You could rearrange it how you want. The only stipulations are what's written in Google Classroom. If you have any questions, just ask. Cut, backgrounds are put in. I didn't do many transitions, but I'd like for you to put transitions in every single area. And so at the end here, I want to put a sound effect, since there's no sound really, and he's dancing. So one place you can get your sounds from is from YouTube, and find some music that you want. And every Mac computer will have a quick time option, which is what I'm recording on now. And you're going to go to File, New Screen Recording, or you could do just an audio recording. So that's how you can get your audio one way. But the dance I recorded was this, and all you have to do is drag it into the spot that you want it, and you can shorten it a little bit if you need to, just right there to make it fit. And then
So yeah, I'm happy this is back in my life. Thank you.
So that transition is a little weird, so you would work on that. On the audio on this, we do need a, on this, I'm going to bump it up because he is so quiet. It's going to be negative 20.
This ball. This is exactly what I've been wanting. It's bright, it's bouncy, and you can do almost anything with it. You got a dog, you can throw it, they catch it, bring it back. You got a tennis racket, you can play sport with it. Who would have thought? You know, have an orphanage.
So you might go like this. So if you want it to fade in just a little bit.
This is back in my life. Thank you.
So you could have it probably softly fade in, and to do that, you would do levels here. And again, you could turn on the stopwatch. So you would start at the beginning, and you would make the level here. And then when you want it to be fully loud, you would move the cursor, put another mark, or turn up your sound, and it would put it there. So now it should slowly transition to it.
So yeah, I'm happy this is back in my life. Thank you.
So I didn't quite do it. Okay, so I'll turn off the levels. Okay, so we're gonna start a level there. We're gonna move about halfway. Oops. We're gonna turn down the level and move it right here at another mark, and then you're gonna turn up the level. So then it's a gradual from quiet to loud. So that ending is, you need like something like the end. So One other thing you'll have to do is add in some, you can add in like some text. To do that, you're going to hit new item, and then you're going to do, let's do caption. And then you can add that caption to this last scene. Start that. You're gonna get your text tool. And you can literally just drag a box on there, and you can start typing. There's a lot more you can do with text that we'll explore, but make it a little bigger. Get your pointer again. You could actually put an effect on it, so you want it to start like right in there. That you want. You can actually transform it. So here you would pick your position for the text, and then I would move it to where you want it to end up. So then you have, go back through, and you have a little ending. So there's a lot more you can do with that if you just play with the settings within here and explore how to use text.